What was that actually like? Like, I can't even imagine just being cooped up in a hotel, knowing that at the end of it, I have to go play professional hockey.
Well, it was kind of a gong show. Like it wasn't bad at first because I still had all my classes going on. So I'd wake up, I'd still do all my classes. So I had that to kind of pass at least half of my day. But also, I mean, it's tough trying to do an ample workout in your little Brook Street hotel room. But I mean, it was all right. I mean, it could have been worse. Anyone who's experienced quarantine, you kind of get cooped up and kind of sick of it come day 10 or so. Well, then funny enough, by then the announcement by the league had come out. So about like the whole, like the quarantine has been shortened for NHL players. So I'm like I'm making calls like, hey, like, am I out now? Am I in? Am I out? Am I in?
Yeah, I've done my time. Am I out? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'm seeing all this stuff. Like, come on, please let this apply to me. And they had like, I got a call from Craig Belfer, who's the head trainer, like, hey, like, you can't get out as of right now. We're trying to look into it. I'm like, damn it. I guess looks like it's going to be 14 days. And one morning, this will kind of lead into my first practice story, but one morning I woke up, I went to my class. It was like a 7:30 a.m. class. So I'm like, all right, I'll just eat after my class, eat breakfast. Like, no worries. Got nothing to do today. So I'm in my class. I get a call from Troy, like, hey, like, you're out of quarantine, come down and practice. And meanwhile, like, practice at 9:00, and I'm in the middle of class. It's like 8:20, and I got stuff all the way downstairs in the Brook Street. I got to do my COVID test. I got to get over to the rink, over the Sensplex. Like, I'm flying all over the place. I hustle to get my gear on. I get on late for practice, and it is the hardest practice I have ever experienced in my life. So, and I have nothing in my gut, and I am like, oh my God, I am dying this whole practice. But thankfully the second practice went a little better than that, and kind of got my feet under me from there. But it was a tough start, at least that first practice, to kind of get through it.
Seriously though, he told that story that where he almost like died on the first practice, right?
Yeah.
He comes on the ice and like, I have never seen a guy, like, I don't know who he is. We weren't drafted in the same year. I never went to def camps, right? Before it was my first year just going to camp. So I'm like, everybody's talking like, yeah, we got Crookshank, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, we'll see. He's year older than me. So I'm like, perfect. Like, it's another young guy in our team. It's kind of really fun. And that guy comes out and it's like 20 minutes into practice, he's dead. Like, I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, he's dead. Like, he's tying his skates for like half an hour on the bench, trying to, not to step on the ice. I'm like, oh boy, we got some lazy kid out there or something. And he's like, yeah. And after I found out the story that he literally like wasn't quarantined and kind of, didn't eat breakfast or anything, got called literally go to a practice right now. So I was like, okay, like, yeah, that makes sense. And then next practice I see him on the ice and I'm like, man, like, he's a really, really good hockey player. Like, that was just one day where if I was on the ice with no breakfast for first time in 2 weeks, I would have died. Like, you would have called the ambulance for me, probably, for sure. There's no way. No way I would make that.
What was the conversation like when Troy blew down the drill in practice and was like, Crooker, let's go?
Oh, I was just like laughing. I swear, I didn't know the story. It was funny for me. I thought the guy's just out of shape and like he just doesn't want to be here or something. Yeah, but then since then, honestly, next practice he comes in and he scored some nice goals in practice and then he goes just on a mission, like putting points in every game. He set me up for my hat trick against Marley. He passed me on the power play in the center, like it was a perfect play. So yeah. All I can say, like, he works extremely hard, and we got to play a couple games together as well in Stockton and stuff, and I thought we did really well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see him next year, and maybe we play on the same line again. If not, but I know that guy's worked extremely hard, and he's gonna be ready.